Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Friday afternoon, mercifully somewhat cooler than it was yesterday. The brain is back on track, hopefully. A Fluffy has just emerged from under the chair. As I started talking and recording, out she popped. Fallen down on the floor again. It's too hot to go too far. She likes to stand right where my feet are so that I have to sort of dance around her while I do these readings. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I am doing a check-in again with the Princess of Wales, Catherine, her health situation. We've seen the King go in to the same clinic where she is in London. I visited her. Apparently her 2 weeks are up as far as I can tell, more or less. Not quite sure when she actually went in for surgery, but she has been there for more or less 2 weeks now, a long stay in hospital. So I want to know how she's doing, and more importantly, I want to know what is going on with all these nasty rumours. I am not going to look at the nasty rumours themselves. I'm simply going to be looking at her feelings about them, why she has chosen to remain silent about her health situation up until now, and if she's going to be basically bullied. That was the word that was used on the Daily Mail royal talk show that they have once a week. It's quite fun with Richard Eden and the rest of them. They were discussing it in their most recent little chat, and they said that she really is being bullied into having to divulge some quite personal health information. That's their feeling. They were discussing whether she should have just come out and said what was going on right at the start. So that's where we're going today with the reading, and whether she will eventually have to actually tell everybody what has been going on. Because from a rumor point of view, the rumors have been vicious, very, very ugly. If you're not aware, they involve things like alcohol, violence of a certain kind, mental health of a very serious kind, and then of course plastic surgery. So, you know, from the I won't say sublime to the ridiculous, but you know what I mean, from one extreme to another. And they have been insistent and very toxic. I can understand that the King was public with his health condition because it's very common among men of a certain age. I can't just about think of a man of a certain age of my acquaintance who doesn't have a prostate issue of some kind, from not so serious to very serious. So I can understand why he thought it was a good idea to be open about what was going on with him. But hers might be a whole lot more private, a whole lot more unique to her, that she really doesn't feel comfortable with discussing. And of course there are children involved who might be going to school and having to face nasty things being said about mum, might not quite grasp what's going on. One of them, still very young, Prince Louis, might not quite be up to date with stuff at his age. That's the tarot deck we're going to use. I've had lots of rambling, but I needed to explain where I was with this situation. I need to say for the record, this is just tarot and it is just for entertainment purposes. This is all speculation. The rumors that I talked about, I'm not going to look into in their specific gruesome detail. They were just rumors. So we're looking at the energy around these things, but from her point of view, I'm just reading energy, and there is of course a disclaimer in the box below. So I'm trying to be as delicate as I possibly can about this, because I feel so sorry for her being forced into these very awkward situations eternally, and the stress of the last few years possibly really catching up with her at this stage. And stress does of course impact one's health. So that's where we are. And 6-card reading with the Lightseers Tarot. I think we need to shuffle one more time and then we'll get the cards on the table and get stuck in. Yeah, Towers come out. You can't see it, but I can see it. It's just about leapt off the table. There it is. Shuffle it back in. We're going to just carry on. Now, I think we've got the right energy. So, how is she? Why silent so far? How does she feel about the rumours? Who does she think is perhaps behind the rumors? We want to know that. And is she going to feel at some stage that the situation has got so out of hand that she's actually going to have to make some kind of statement, tell us all what is really going on, however uncomfortable it is for her or difficult for her family, and however much her privacy has been invaded in the process. The whole deck wants to leap out of my hands. We've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse here as our underlying energy, which is not being in control of a situation, and that's her right now. Difficult for someone with her personality type, I would imagine, just to be in hospital for that length of time, out of control, having other people monitoring you and doing things to you and poking and prodding you, and the king arriving when you're probably not looking your best. Maybe she has managed to stay on top of her appearance in hospital. But, you know, it's all very awkward. It's all very having forced to let go of control. I'm losing my voice. And it's quite interesting that at that particular moment, I should suddenly get a block in my throat. But losing control of the narrative, having to let go of control of her own life and her schedule, and probably her exercise regime, and all of that kind of stuff has gone now. And even when she was in hospital giving birth, she was in and out quickly. She went in, out she came, looking sensational, back home. So it wasn't a 2-week stay. It wasn't this level of other people, as I say, poking and prodding and whatevering. I'm getting a very uncomfortable feeling with that Four of Pentacles in reverse there, of just somebody who really has had to surrender at some level, at quite an intense level. And Pentacles, of course, deal with the body. So whatever has gone on with her, maybe a little bit embarrassing around that sort of thing. That's the energy that I'm getting, but more just not comfortable with the whole thing. And who would be? Situation, we're dealing with the Strength card in reverse. That is illness. Literally, in reverse, the Strength card. We don't have to mention Harry and Meghan for once when we see the Strength card, but it is somebody who's vulnerable, who's weak, who's ill, who's taking their time recovering. The Strength card upright, somebody who's very physically strong, and that's always been the sense that we've got from her, that she's fit and she's healthy. But now vulnerable, weakened, taking some time to heal. And so, how is she doing? First real question. Those are this is the filling of the sandwich. How is she? She's not wonderful with that card. 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is, I've got my barriers around me. I don't want people to see me like this right now. I don't want prying eyes on me. I don't want to be the center of attention. She's very tired. 9 of Wands, understandably, if she's had very intense abdominal surgery. She's feeling vulnerable. She's really having to work hard to put those boundaries up that she's had to let go of here with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is somebody who's not in control right now, or is having to expend a whole lot of energy on trying to put on some sort of appearance of being okay when they're not really okay. And I should imagine that would be for her family, her children. But yeah, 9 of Wands isn't a wonderful energy when you're talking about health. Not at all. It's real exhaustion coming through there. She's been through it with the 9 of Wands. It's somebody who has been battered and bruised, quite literally, in her case. Why did she choose not to reveal what was actually wrong with her so far? Why the silence? And the silence is the 5 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, okay. Let's put the card down. It's there are 5 of them in the family right now, and there might have been 6. And I'm getting absolute chills as I say that. And for a long time there was speculation that there might be another one, and there was certainly, she seemed to really want there to be another one. That dream has gone down the drain with the Five of Cups there. Absolutely down the drain. A lot of grieving. This is very personal. This is very sad, whatever is going on with her right now. It's something that is deeply personal, deeply private, and painful. And if she's had something like a hysterectomy of any description, I'm purely speculating, of course, it is a very, very, very emotional moment in any woman's life of saying goodbye to something. And it might have really hit her hard if it's something like that. It could be, of course, anything. When I asked previously, it didn't show up in particular as something like that. But this, for me, cups, pregnancies, things like that, emotional stuff, is where obviously the mind tends to. And it is deeply personal and private. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is the case, but that is the very powerful energy that's coming through for me right now. That whatever it is, speculating, of course, here, is something that has caused her a lot of sorrow. So let us move on to the rumors. We're not going to look at them themselves. I want to know how she feels about them. I'm sure she's aware of it. How does she feel about it? Knight of Wands in reverse. That's interesting because the Knight of Wands often shows up for me in tarot readings as Harry and Harry's energy. Even though it's depicted as a female energy in the Light Years Tarot, it does really bring through female energy in this tarot deck, which is why I'm using it today. It's really the Knight of Wands, when it's upright, is about joy and exploration and adventure and feeling confident and feeling quite in your own power. It's sitting under the Strength card in reverse. She feels very weakened by it. Just the energy that's coming off it. Harry is 5%. Her own energy it's taken all the light out of her life right now. That she's got to deal with this. From someone, I keep saying this in these readings. A year ago when I was reading on her, and I have read on her now for quite a long time, her energy was translucent a year ago. She was really powerful and playful and confident and dynamic. And it's not as if anything terrible has happened, but whatever is going on in her life right now has been a real blow. It's knocked her confidence. And I think that that's really what this Knight of Wands in reverse is about. It's knocked her confidence. It's hurt her. That people can say these things about her marriage, about herself, about her own mental state, about her body image, about all of these things that have taken, it's really sucking the joy out of her. So who does she suspect might be behind these rumors, or why might these rumors be swirling around? What's going on? What does she think? He's shown up again. And this makes me want to join Fluffy lying on the floor, really. The Hermit is Harry. And we know the awful rumour of the affair that has swirled around for years and that gets resurrected every now and then. And the one who would have heard it in the very beginning and passed it on to the one's wife was Harry. And that's incredibly hurtful. And I, of course, have to remind you, as I do in all of these readings, that this is just my opinion. This is wild speculation. I am reading energy. I am describing what the cards bring through for me as an energy reader. I'm not saying for 1 second that Harry has literally started spreading these kinds of rumors. I am going into Catherine's energy and reading from her perspective for fun and entertainment. And that is what has come up twice, side by side, in this reading. So, is she going to feel forced at some stage, because these rumors swirl, and of course they can get out of control in these kinds of situations? Is she at some stage going to have to tell us, make some kind of public announcement and say, this is what was happening, and please respect my privacy and my family and all the rest of it, and put these rumors to bed? Although I don't think at this stage that these rumors can be put to bed. Same with the affair rumor. That's going to swirl forever, unfortunately, unless there is litigation and unless the real author of the rumor is brought to book. But let's see. Is she going to have to actually come out? I've got the Queen of Swords in reverse as silence. When the Queen of Swords is in reverse, it normally indicates silence. Traditionally, typically in tarot, that's what you would say. You would say, no. The small possibility of some kind of statement coming out, it would be quite brief, it would be very cold, it would be very distant and very chilling in its statement, and kind of almost warning people off. But I think for now, silence is certainly where she wants to stick with this situation. She doesn't want to talk about it. Let's put it that way. Queen of Swords in reverse does not want to talk about it. Hell would freeze over before she wants to say anything about what's actually going on. Small possibility in that card. She might be forced to make some kind of statement, in which case it will be to the point, it will be cold, it will be back off, or else kind of a tone. She wouldn't use those words, but there might almost be behind the scenes, because cards in reverse have become more and more for me in these royal readings, kind of secret back channel communications. There might be warning letters that go out to certain people telling them to back off, or else. That might happen. This is a hard reading. The energy in here is not good. From the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Strength card in reverse, Nine of Wands, Five of Cups, Knight of Wands in reverse. The other thing about the Hermit that has shown up is this desire to just be left alone. Leave me alone and heal, even though the placement of the card is about who she might believe is behind them, the rumors. But it's also telling me, just by the way, it's kind of whispering to me, she just wants to be left alone and to heal and to kind of find her inner resilience again, her inner calm. So there it is. I've been avoiding doing this reading, but there it is. And we're going to go back to Jamaica very briefly in the next one.